Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
So, continuing on with my series of delving into the somewhat unloved library of the Game Boy Advance, and trying to highlight some of the gems that might not be that well known to collectors that mainly concentrate on other systems. This episode is dedicated to the immense horizontal shoot-'em-up Steel Empire. This is a port of the original Mega Drive game, but this particular version was only released in Japan and Europe. More recently, this game has been released digitally on the Nintendo 3DS with slicker graphics, but if you want to collect a physical copy, then in my opinion the GBA version is the one to have, despite its lower resolution. I picked my copy up cart only about a year or so ago from a local game store for £15. It's not super common, and if you want a box one you're probably looking at about double that or even more, so it is one of the more pricey Game Boy Advance titles, but well worth the money compared to the price of games of this calibre on similar systems such as the Super Nintendo. Remember, the Game Boy Advance is region free, and this game is perfectly playable whichever regional version you go for. Now, I absolutely love the 19th century industrial steampunk style used throughout the game, with the massive airships and flying machines. It really makes the game stand out from the crowds of space shooters that there are out there. The controls are simple, with button A firing forwards and button B firing backwards, and you will need both of these extensively as you get enemies coming in from all directions, as well as the side-scrolling direction, mixing it up throughout the game just to keep it interesting. It also doesn't fall into that trap that really bugs me about a lot of shooters, where the bosses are just too brutal. They are obviously tougher than the standard enemies, but they are relatively easy to beat, mainly because the game gives you a vitality meter which slowly decreases as you take hits, and you can also pick up health to top it up throughout the game. There are no annoying one-hit kills going on in this game. Overall, this is a gorgeous game that is very playable with beautiful music, great control system and really satisfying sound effects that will keep you coming back for more. I don't mind admitting that this is not only my favourite shoot-'em-up game on the system, it's probably my favourite horizontal shooter on any system, even beating the R-Type series. I'd also like to make the point that you shouldn't just think of the Game Boy Advance titles as collecting for a handheld system, as you can play the entire game library on your TV through a GameCube with the Game Boy player. Many games are comparable to the Super Nintendo games, or even better, but tend to be much cheaper. There are very few which fetch silly prices, so why not kick back, relax, and let them loose on the big screen.